welcome to the Anti-Diet Meals with Farah Kariamburi. I'm your host, detox practitioner, keynote speaker, and the founder of 30-Day Anti-Diet Challenge. Welcome to week 5, I believe it is, of anti-diet meals directly from my kitchen. I'm bringing you in my home to show you what I'm making each day for me and my family to inspire you, to give you some confidence that you, as a professional woman, can eat the same foods as your family. You just need a little bit of more knowledge around what are the portion sizes look like, what should you make. So no chef quality meals here, but just simple, wholesome food. Try and use as many ingredients as possible which are non-processed, unprocessed. So here we've got white rice cooking, by the way. My kids do not like brown, so we want to have that. Okay, we have got today some beef mince. We've got 1 onion chopped. Here, show you. Actually, this is really important. I want to show you this because most of my food have this in it. And why? Because it makes the flavors. So I've got 1/4 of a ginger, 1 green chili, 3 garlics, 1 shallot onion chopped finely. And that's going to go in here to start cooking. We're going to make beef mince with green peas and rice. It's a really simple meal today, but my kids really love it. It's kind of saucy. It's got tomato sauce in there. So a bit of olive oil going in the pan first. Like I said, always measure it. I don't put too much in there because the beef mince itself is going to give out the oil. So we don't need to actually put anything extra. But I want to brown some of my shallots and things. So I'm using it for that reason, really. So add a chili, a garlic. This is what makes the food tasty. So if you don't put anything in it, then you may find the food is bland and you prefer the food outside. That's because you're not actually adding any flavoring, and this sauce brings flavors to your food. So a really small amount of oil I put in there, like you saw that. We're just going to brown up some of this onion. Immediately you can start smelling really, really nice smells on here. Okay, we're going to put this mince and brown that, but not just yet. In the meantime, chop some vegetables. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to put a pepper in there, quietly, very finely, so there's another vegetable in there. We'll also put some spinach in it, and peas. So that's 3 vegetables that are going into this food. And my kids won't really realise them actually. So they won't moan about it, because it's all cooked inside it, and they're fine with that. Just going to wash the pepper before I add it in. Okay, so we're going to chop the pepper while this is getting brown. One just flew out. Okay, so peppers, again, if your kids really don't like it, just make sure they are small. You might not like it as well. So just cut the peppers around. You take off that part of peppers, and then you're just going to, they actually cook really fast, so I'm not going to put them I'm going to put them at the end, because I want to keep that as many nutrients as possible when I'm cooking vegetables. And I like cutting like this. That's how I have learned how to chop vegetables like this. So don't do it if you don't feel comfortable and confident. What are you having for your dinner tonight, guys? Let me know in the comment below. Let me have some inspiration from you as well. There's a little peppers chopped in there. Again, I've also got some baby sweet corns. I might do them as well on the side. It's really thinking about as many vegetables as you can give your children and yourself. The fruit part is easy. There's never an issue with fruit. It's always an issue with vegetables, right? So here it goes. Make sure to take the end of the paper off. How much is this? This is 500, so half a kilo. So you're just browning that meat, and that will happen really quickly because the pan is already very hot. I want to cook this in a wok, but I can't find it. I think it's dirty. If this is starting to stick to the pan, just bring the heat down slightly. Make sure you keep an eye on that white rice that's being cooked. The only time we have white rice when the boys are with us, because they literally do not like brown one. Again, you can put 2 pots. You can put 2 pots. You could put brown if you really want to have it. to me, occasionally, it's not going to hurt anyone. Right, so here we are. That's the mince now nice and brown. All the ginger and the garlic and the chili is really adding to the flavor. In a minute, we're going to put a little bit more flavoring. We're going to put some cumin in it. We're going to put some, just want to make sure it's brown first, rather than adding loads of stuff to it. I'm going to put some salt, depending on how you like it. Chilies have gone into my nose. Some paprika, cumin. I've already got ginger, so I don't need to put ginger powder in it. You could put a little bit of curry powder to bring out some more flavors if you wanted to. Turmeric is a really good one for everything, really. And then give it a good mix. Give it a really good mix. Make sure all of the pinkness of the mince is gone. I've got some frozen peas that I'm going to add to this. Again, adding a few more veggies in there. About half a cup if you want, a bit more. So peas and mince really goes well together, by the way. I don't know if you know about that. So there it is. We are going to put some tomato paste in it. Tomato puree. About a tablespoon's worth. So everything's in it really. Now we just need to leave it for a little bit to cook it. A little bit of water needs to obviously go in it as well. So I've got my peas, I've got all my flavorings in it. I just need to cook the whole thing off. Look how quick that was. I mean, anyone can rustle this up, can't they? Easily. Let's get the peppers in too. I haven't had to put any stock in here, by the way. You don't need it. So much I've put in there. Sometimes you can use stock, you know, like no problem. But I think if you put so many things of your own in it, you actually need to use the stock. I don't know. I think sometimes just use it for the sake of it. And sometimes stock has got things like gluten. And sometimes you don't know what's upsetting your tummy if you do suffer from that. If you are using everything of your own, then you know you don't have to worry about it too much. A little bit of water. I often use boiled water on these things. Oh, that's not big enough. And here we are. Let's give it a little taste. That's pretty tasty. So I'm just covering it up because I want the vegetables to be cooked. And I would like the vegetables to be cooked, and also the peas and the mince, all of it, and it really gets it a little saucy. And yeah, saucy is the word for today. And the white rice is all ready. What I do sometimes in the rice is put a little tiny bit of olive oil just to keep the grain separated. I'm taking about like half a teaspoon, that's it. And that's that done. We just take it off the heat, cover it up. Again, you can put some vegetables in your rice if you really want to have more vegetables. Because my kids don't complain when there's something in the rice. They only complain when something's on the side. Apart from broccoli, they'll eat that. Everything else, they'll have a go at it, but you know, that's about it. So this is, like, guys, honestly, this is like looking really good. Really, really green and lovely. Show you that quickly. Okay. So we're going to just boil baby sweet corn, which is super simple to make. This is Aldi's. As you're going into Aldi, you can see what I like about them is you've got vegetables and fruit, seasonal things, right at the front for 59, 69p. And they often are seasonal, which are fresh, and just makes you buy more vegetables. You know, you go to other supermarkets and you get hit by boxes of chocolate. That's what I like about Aldi, that you don't get hit by boxes and boxes and boxes. They still have their fair share of German, excuse me, it's the chili that's really gone into my throat. They have those cakes as you're queuing up to pay. The whole aisle has got Christmas cakes all the way through. Quite tempting, and I know that we're entering that season now. But as you first walk in, once you ignore the right-hand side, which is I don't know, some kind of a deal. Right in the front, you've got vegetables, and the first aisle is fruit and veg. And that's why I love that supermarket, for that reason. I'm going to make, so this baby sweet corn, just going to put a tiny bit of water, literally half a cup, put it on the hob. And make it. So they are literally so super easy. These have come from India, believe it or not. Got 24 days on it, so needs to be eaten. Okay, that's like one portion, by the way. And just so you know, sweet corn comes more on the starch-based carbohydrates versus the vegetables. It's a really good source of minerals and vitamin, but still making sure sweet corn, if you're having a full sweet corn and you're having another piece of carb, you're probably a little over in terms of carbs. So I know sweet corn is quite traditional in some cultures. But do be mindful of, I have some clients that I've actually made them aware of that. They can have sweet corn, but maybe you have to bring the rice and things down then. Now you can cut this in half if you want to. No reason if you don't want to. But I think if you want to just have it like this, sweet, really sweet. Don't really need to be cooked. I would probably eat it like that. Really nice, actually. Okay, let's put the cheese back in the freezer. Give it a good stir. Check when our peppers are getting lovely and soft. Oh, no, I have not got Corona, guys. It literally is that chili, dried chili that goes in here. Because normally when I'm cooking, I put the exhaust fan on, but because I'm talking to you guys, I can't really have that on, and there's too much noise. Nearly ready. This is put the heat right down, so it can just be simmering now. We don't need to do anything else with it. Pick on your corn on the cob. Those go straight into the water. This little one for me. I really have ramped up on my vegetables. I'm going to try Molly's Pantry, actually. If you're local to Milton Keynes, there is a place called Molly's Pantry who are going to deliver my vegetables. The reason I chose them because there's no packaging. Because I put in a post on social media with my vegetables intake and just all the vegetables I bought on Saturday. Saturday is when I do my food shopping. And I put it on there and somebody commented, one of my guys that we used to work together, my colleagues, and he said, look at all the packaging, Farah. And I literally felt, oh my God, that is very true. And I didn't realize that. So then someone said, how about getting these people to deliver your vegetables? And this big box like this was seasonal vegetables that have been picked from the local areas, not organic. But that's not organic because there's no packaging, and then they pick the vegetables for me. Or I can actually make a box with the vegetables that I want. So hopefully I'm going to minimize the packaging coming to my house, and I will definitely let you guys know. I'm going to make a video when the Molly pantry arrives. What's in it? How was it? I will let you know definitely. If there's a small business that's, that provides good quality food to any of us, then why not? I'm definitely going to promote them on my channels anyway, for sure. So Molly's Pantry is what we're going to be having for this week. So again, like I said, you make sure you have covering up your vegetables, so they're not just cooking away. You never find the right lid for anything. Do you have that in your house? Coughing my guts out because of the chili. Right, so that's been, when you cover your vegetables, bring the heat right down. We don't need to boil these vegetables to hell. And we're nearly ready to serve. Super quick that was. Okay, let's get rid of the dirty things. I am going to get my plate, clean up this place. I'm going to serve. Show you the female portion. We did this a real good detox last week, me and my clients, and still doing it, 2 more days left. And all we did was eat vegetables and protein. We had a fast on day 1 last Tuesday, then we had only vegetables, then we had vegetables and protein constantly. And what I understood throughout the whole experiment is that we eat way too many carbohydrates at times, especially because there's no movement in our bodies, because we're not moving a lot, but our carbohydrates are not adjusted according to our activity levels. So if you're not moving a lot, right, you have a sitting down job, then think about having vegetables as your carbs. Get more carbs from that way versus heavy starch-based carbs. Say you're having it 3 times a day, maybe oats, maybe sweet potatoes, and maybe a chapati or rice, but you've been sat down. That carbs, that energy needs to be burnt, and if you're not moving, it's going to be stored as fats. So think about where the lighter vegetables are also carbs, but they are not as heavy as some of the rice and things. So again, if you haven't moved a lot today, serve yourself a portion accordingly. So here's the white rice. This is my portion. Maximum. And then the mince, we can have a bit more, can't we? Try to put the mince on top so you can get some of the sauce in there as well. Some peppers. And then you've got the corn on the cob, which we're going to just take off. Baby sweet corn, I mean. Again, there's no massive amount of butter, but if you really wanted it, you could do it, but I don't see any need for it. It's actually, the actual sweet corn is really, really nice. Baby sweet corn is so nice in itself. Woo. And this is it. Here you go, guys. So this is my evening meal. So you got the mince, the peppers in here, the green peas, and you've got the rice, small amount, and then you've got the corn on the cob. Here it is. There we go. Hope you can see that. How quick was that? 15, 20 minutes? Maybe with the prep, maximum half an hour if you're really, really slow at doing this and maybe new to it, which is absolutely fine. Have a little try. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Really flavoursome. You can taste the garlic and ginger without being overpowering. Can taste some of the hits. It's kind of hot, slightly hot, a bit of chili, a bit of tomato sauce coming through, the tomato puree that we used in there. These peppers are really fresh. It just seems like a nice, healthy, super easy meal to make. Not just for your kids, but all of your family. And there it is. Now you can change the mince and you can put some black beans in it. You can put the soya mince and make it into a vegan or vegetarian option, exactly the same. So many things you can do with this. Literally, the options are lots. Thank you so much for being with me, guys. If you missed any of the previous ones, just go onto my page, like my page, and then put the notifications on. Then, as soon as between 4:30 and 5 arrives each day, between Monday and Friday, you can see what I'm actually cooking to give you some idea, inspire you with some of the foods I'm cooking, so that you can actually take that to your homes and cook it, and just be confident about the portion. The biggest success comes from the portions. It really is. Being consistent with your portions. When you serve yourself a full plate of rice, excuse me, when you serve yourself a plate of rice and then you have been sedentary, how should your body digest that? It really struggles to break down those starchy carbohydrates. Versus if there is this kind of portion, that's my portion, this is how I serve myself. And I said to you guys, I stay away from scales. I don't jump in and out because I know my food portions are pretty good, they're solid. Still have Ben and Jerry's, still have wine, still have cake, everything, literally everything, but in moderation. And I want the same for you. I want you to break that yo-yo dieting, get onto foods like this, feel fuller, eat mindfully, eat slowly, take it away from the TV and laptops. Chew your food before it hits your body. Give it yourself 10 minutes before your brain and your digestive system talk to each other, before you decide to have more food. And just slow down the whole process of eating. Give yourself a good 14 hours where you don't eat and let the body digest the food that's already in there. Create some good habits and you will see the difference in long term. You'll see that you're getting leaner. You will see that you're getting stronger. You will see that you're fitter, that you don't get ill so much. And all because you are consciously looking at what vegetables you're putting in, how much of this you're having. Increase your protein, because you're probably not having enough protein, and decrease your carbohydrates, especially if you do not move. Just be very mindful of them. Don't get rid of them. No one says don't eat potatoes. Nobody says don't eat sweet potatoes or rice or pasta. Just how much are you eating? And pasta should be like once a week, not every single day. White rice, again, once a week. Most of the time we want to have whole meal. Whole meal, whole meal. Whole meal. Right, before I have another coughing fit, thank you so much for being with me. This is the chili from in there. That's what's happening. I'm going to have a glass of water and calm down. And I will see you tomorrow night with, I think I'm going to make chicken drumsticks tomorrow. Chicken drumsticks with potatoes. That's my kids' favourite. Again, one tray bake, stick it all in there, and then a lot of vegetables to go with it. Hope you have a lovely evening. I hope this is really helping you to give you some golden nuggets about what you can do in your household, which is kind of one of the most important times in the evening where lots of couples have fights, who's going to cook, not quite sure what's going to happen. Or in some houses, they look forward to making food because they are so prepared and planned. So in our house we surely do, because I make it all. Nobody else needs to worry about it, but yeah. Anyway guys, take care and catch you tomorrow. Bye for now. Let me know what you're making. Don't be scared to talk to me. I do want people to communicate. I know I can't see it on my screen, but I go afterwards and revisit. And if you make anything that I've shown you, love to know what does it look like, what is the taste of. And I'll catch you tomorrow.